Yesterday I was clever, so I thought of changing the world. Today I am wise, so I thought of changing myself, says Jalaluddin Muhammad Rumi, a Sufi mystic. Honorable dignitaries and my dear brothers, amidst the political chaos on the vote theft and the lively debates on the resignation of the former Vice President Dankar, we are awaiting to celebrate the 78th Independence Day of our country. Dangar's valedictory address is marked by a statement that is, India's future is in empowering the youth. India's future is in empowering the youth. We live in an internationally sought hub of brainiacs. 55% of the country's population is below 25. The average age ratio of India today is 29. 1,114 universities encompasses central, state, private and deemed brings out thousands of graduates in each year's convocation ceremony. Indian youth have the legacy of creating the history. For instance, Grandmaster Gugesh, wrestler Sakshi Malik, cricket player Shubman Gill, the youngest environmentalist Riddhima Pandey, the youngest entrepreneur Ritesh, the youngest mayor of Trivandrum Ms. Arya Rajendran, and the endless series goes on proving that India's future is in empowering the youth. Don't you feel proud when we think Google is owned by an Indian and Microsoft is run by an Indian? Indian youth use their technological expertisement to create constructive resolutions that unveil the truth behind the social dilemmas. 80% of the NSS volunteers are between the age of 16 and 25. And they played a pivotal role in tackling the social crisis even at the peak of the pandemic COVID-19. The startups and the entrepreneurships of the Indian youth contribute a large sum to the economic development of our nation. The startup of India has become the third largest in the world. Indian youth use their technological expertisement and create ecological awareness that awakens cosmic consciousness and create an ecologically ennobling environment. Vigorous youth of India today is venturing into the wide spectrum of possibilities in and around them unceasingly. Therefore, with not a ripple of doubt, we can say that India is having the highest human capital than ever before. My dear brothers, when the sun comes out of the bosom of horizon on 15th August, it will have a question for me and for you. That is, why do we still say that Indian youth is in the verge of collapse? This question must be a living voice and not a matter of political interest at all. Do you think our youngsters are intellectually blind? Are they morally reprehensible? Or are they authentically repellent? Obviously no. The reason lies in the peripheries, in the outskirts. We have a hidden, unnoticed area of Indian youth. Hope you remember how our slums were covered when the global summit was held in India. However we try to cover, the truth is paradoxical. The recent 2024 statistics of the External Affairs Ministry of India states 3 million students have migrated from India to abroad for their higher education within the short span of 2 years. India has 4 million dropouts per year. Having education as a right, why there is a huge number of dropouts? Unfortunately, we live in a country where we have taxed education, corrupted bureaucracy, manipulated religiosity and polarized politics. My dear brothers, the dropouts are not evolved, they are created by the corporates, created by the politics and even by the religions. As a result, half of the youth or more than that are disoriented, particularly who are marginalized on the basis of caste, caste and class. Meanwhile, the drug consumption of Indian youth is breathtakingly rising up. Their involvement in violence and crimes rapidly grows. As per the recent data of the National Crime Records Bureau, it reached even to the extent of 30,555 in 2024. The sad part of the story is most of them who are involved in the crimes are not from the mainstream of the society but are from the outskirts. My dear brothers, unless we turn to the youth who are in the obscure corners of India, India is not going to be independent or developed. Intellectual force behind India's freedom, Swami Vivekananda says, one may gain political influence, independence and social independence, but the real freedom lies in altruism. I am well aware that I am addressing the future teachers, principals, social workers and even university chancellors. Let me challenge you, my dear brothers, why don't we try to strike the balance? Why don't we try to be a change? Why don't we try to bring the best of our dropouts? For example, a young resourceful farmer whose intense knowledge on Mother Earth, which even could transcend the scientific knowledge, a young fisherman whose knowledge on the depth of the sea, which is intense than a marine engineer. Why don't we make our trade makers internationally leading ones? We couldn't because the equality, fraternity and liberty offered in the Indian Constitution is still being a dream for each citizen of our nation. Undoubtedly, the youth alone can actualize this dream. Therefore, the greater responsibility lies upon you and me. You may ask why? Because the Constitutions of the Society of Jesus, Part 7, Complementary Norms 277 to 281 could be summarized in the following words. Our education must aim at total and integral liberation of human person. Keeping intact our preferential option for the poor, we must not neglect students who are expected to make greater progress and to exercise greater influence on the society. My dear brothers, whenever we celebrate Independence Day, our hearts like censer rise in fragrant gratitude for our ancestors who shed their blood for us. Remember, Bhagat Singh was just 24 and Chandrasekhar Azad was just 23 at the time of freedom fight. The constitutions of the society to reiterate the significance of our role in forming the youth to build a more just world with sound moral judgment and solid virtues. Let us give them our unwavering support, pastoral guidance and empowering accompaniment. Thus, they may shape the future developed India. Remind you, the history calls us masters of Europe. Let's not be a failure in India. This Independence Day calls not to blame but to change. Not the world, not the nation, but a change within you and me. As we know, the tricolor flag of our nation is getting prepared to flutter proudly against the August sky. Before that, let me wish you the most inspirational words that India ever heard, that which came at the midnight of 15th August 1947 from our first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. The turning point is past. The history begins anew for us. A history which we shall live and act, others will write about. Thank you. Jai Hind.